Now, if a person says, kisvu v'yitnu, write it and give it, it's not a question. But let's say a person is going out to be executed and he says, write. So there's a concern, he said, write and say, give. Or do we say that since he's so stressed that he's going to be killed, it's clear that although he left out the word give, the presumption is he wants it to be given. Okay? Rishono, they originally had said, Hayotze l'kulor v'omer kisvu get lishti. So he didn't say yitnu. Right? Harei elu yichtavu yitnu. Because the presumption is that was his intent. So why did he not say yitnu? Because he was preoccupied that he's going to be killed. Horu lomar, chazul lomar, then they added to that, Afa meforesh, vayotze b'she'er, a person he's traveling with a caravan somewhere, so also he's under pressure, and he says the same thing for the same reason. The presumption is he meant that, and the reason why he wants to get to be written, because he doesn't know if he's coming back. Reb Shim Zuram Afa Mesukan, a person's again, he's deathly ill, or he's in a state of danger, and he doesn't know if he's going to survive. He says kisvu, so we say because of his predicament, he didn't say the word yitnu. Take a look at Rashi. He's going to be put to death by the government. Even though he didn't say the word tenu, yichtav yitnu, the agat pachte torv loparsh, because of the fear that he has, he's preoccupied. That's the reason why he didn't articulate to say the word yitnu. Yam, Bashayora, fortunately he's going either to travel the high seas or Shayora's caravan into the desert. Psukan choler, further. Geneva yotze b'kula habo. Geneva was being taken to be executed by the government. As he was going, he says, Hovu arba mea zuzi l'Rebavino. He says, give a 400 zuz to Ravavina, michamro din harpanya, for my wine in Harpanya. Harpanya is a place. But he said, for my wine. Okay? Omer Reb Zeiro. Doro. Ravavino l'silte. Ravavino, that he was given this gift of 400 zuz from the wine. He says he should take his basket, he should carry his basket. He should go to Rafuna's Rebbe. The Omer Rafuna, because the Pshat says, this is the thing, the question is, that statement alone, is that enough to value it as if it's given? If it is, but not everybody agrees. But Rafuna's Rebbe holds it is, so therefore saying that is the equivalent of as if it was that, is as good as given. The Omer Rafuna Gito Kemat Noso. The get is similar to the matar. Mabad Nosim Omid Choser, person's on his deathbed. And what happens if he recovers? He has a right to retract. Avgito im Omid Choser. Oma Gito, and just as get. Alpishlo Porish, even though he didn't say Tenu, he just said Kisvu. Kevin the Oma Kisvu, Avgav Loma Tenu, Avmat Noso, identically, the maton of the gift. Came Loma Tenu, Avgud Loma Konumine, even though he didn't say acquire it, right? It's considered his already. Maskor Ravabo. So that's what Reb Zeira said to Rav Avina. That this is consistent with Rafuna, what Rafuna said by get. Maskor Ravabo, he says, no, there's no comparison. Ima matono shieshun lachamisa. A gift you give after misa. Meaning rabbinically. Right? Av get.
Yet. He's dead.
1 second. He says, Ima matono shieshun lachamisa. Av get yeshun lachamisa. Hochiash bishlam matona is lachamisa. A gift you could give, because that's man neshchimira. The person's deathbed. It happens right after. It's rabbinically. El get lachamisa miiko. How could you compare the two? So it's not really comparable. El omer rababo. El rababo hochi kashlei. This was Rababa's question. Rababa, when he said that maton is similar to get. Now, normally a person's deathbed, he gives away everything. So rabbinically, he wants to give it away because he believes he's he wants to give everything away. He doesn't want to retain anything.
Right.
So we say, we don't want to upset him.
Do it.
But what about if he's only says he's giving away something and the rest he's retaining?
He's expecting.
So then, no, not just expecting. He wants, let's say, the other assets go to his heirs, right? He's not gifting it. So then, what means he wants to retain? Once he wants to retain, because he's indicating he's retaining some, so if you want that to be transferred out, you have to do a kinyan. Okay? So it doesn't fall under the heading of Ma'na Shchivim, right? That's what it says. Hochikash, the Ma'na Shchivim Rabbi Miktasi, that he said, he said, give him $400 worth of wine. So what is that? But the rest he's not giving away. He's not giving away. So what is that? Well, Ma'na Shchivim Rabbi Miktasi, boy kinyan. And so if that's the case, why? If that's the case, it doesn't mean anything. Right? Mechlal de Rafuna Savar. So that was Rabba's question. How could you say that he, according to Rav Huna, that he's a right already to go and collect, since it's only a partial amount of the Shchimra, because the rest he retains, you need a kinyan, Mechlal de Rav Huna Savar. So evident from his question, he understood what does Rav Huna's Rebbe hold? Lo boy kinyan. Well, kaimel boy kinyan. But even Rav Huna agrees that you need a kinyan. Shiny hocha de mitzav machmesi. So over here it's different. If a person is on his deathbed, Shchimira, he just says it. Here it's clear. The reason why he's saying it, because he's going to be put to death. It's mitzav machmesi, Mechlal de Rabba Savar. So Rabba asked the question. He held that mitzav machmas miso also needs a kinyan like a partial mat neshchimira. Mechlal de Rabbabu asked the question, mitzvah mitzav machmas miso boy kinyan. We rule the low boy kinyan. Now we don't. That if a person wants to give some way because it's just a question of moments before he's getting put to death, you don't need a kinyan. Just that statement alone is enough. Elo Rabba hochakashi lei. No, here he's going to be executed.
No, at the end of the day, it's not everything.
He doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference.
It's still valid.
Well, we said before, yeah, it's still valid, right? No, we said earlier, Rav Huna says no, that even that if he doesn't, then it returns. It returns. But if he does die, he definitely wants it to be the person's.
So the question is, if I get,
No, what's it? The get is not a get. It's only giving the get if he dies. If he doesn't give the get because he doesn't want his wife to fall to Yibum.
So he has to give it before he dies. Otherwise she's
Elo Rababa Hochi Kashalei. Chamra lo kamer.
no.
He didn't say give him wine. Give him $400 worth of wine. He said mei chamra. From the wine. Now what does from mean? No, wait. Lo kamer, right? Kashlei. Chamra lo kamer. The mei chamra lo kamer. He didn't say give him the proceeds of the wine that's sold.
No, he said
Mei chamra, from the wine. Now the question is, what does from the wine mean? Right? He said mei chamra. V'idoch mi chamra kedei liapis. So what does that mean? So mechamra means it means neither. So Rashi himself says, Rashi over here, chamra lo mahovel de chamra barba. He didn't say give him $400 worth of wine. If he would have said give $400 worth of wine, you'd give it to him. That's mitzav machmas bisa. He didn't say demei chamra hovolei arba mei zuzi from the wine that's going to be sold. He said mei chamra komer. Mei chamra means zuzi mechamra komer dinesu lei, which means give him, right? Arba mei zuzi midmei chamra. Give him the wine, $400 from the wine that was sold. The wine wasn't sold. So it's the wine that's going to be sold. 1 second. Zuzi machmas mechamra ka'omar dinesu lei. So that's the question. It doesn't make sense. The fact it's wine. Samara says, the idoch mechamra kedei liapis kochu. That he used the word mechamra, he wants to put this man, Rabbi Avinu, in the best position. So Rashi says, what's liapis kochu? So Rashi says, because the heirs, what did the heirs say? Let's say he would say, give him the proceeds from the wine. Let's say something should happen to the money. They'll say, it's your loss.
Yeah.
What happens if the wine sours? It's your loss. See, he said of the proceeds of the wine, then he's covering the Rashi says, the wine is there as collateral for the money that he's supposed to receive. If he says give him wine, if 100 barrels soured, the heirs can say, that's your wine that's soured. And he wants to protect Ravina. He says, and they sold part of the wine, the money was lost. It's your money that got lost. Meaning he's covered on both ends. The wine is yours, and if the money should be yours. So in every situation, what it is, if the wine should sour, then it's the money. And if the money should be lost, it's the wine. So he's covered on every angle. Person was in the pit, and you didn't see the person, and all of a sudden you hear called from the bar. Oh, excuse me, Sholchim Itam before Mechamra Kedei Liapis Kocho. When he says Mechamra, it's to give him the best situation. The person receives the gift. Person's in the pit. He says, whoever hears my voice, yichtov get liishto. should write a get for his wife. Havrei elu yichtavu yidu. Here, the man is in a pit dying.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, whoever hears my voice should write a get for my wife. They have a right to write it and give it, even though he didn't say it. Same situation. And as Rashi says, and he gave him all the information. He's stranded somewhere in a pit somewhere. Who said it's a human being? Sometimes a demon imitates a person. They saw a shadow. They saw the form of a person. Even demons, they also have the form, the profile looks like human being. The chosle bebur, no, they saw a shadow of that. The shadow of the person. And a demon seemingly doesn't have a shadow. It says, a demon also has a shadow. So the Gemara says, the chosle bebur the bur. You saw a reflection of a reflection. A reflection of a reflection, a demon does not have. So Gemara says, he says, maybe they also have a reflection of reflection. My son Yonasan taught me, bebur islu. A shadow they have, bebur debur leslu. But they don't have a shadow of a shadow. So that's the since over here the shadow cast a shadow. It's clear the person was a human being. Gemara says, maybe he was a co-wife imitating the husband because she wants a co-wife to go believe she's divorced and don't go commit adultery. And later they'll find out the husband never gave the get. That even though we're not sure who it was, in the time sakona, it's a question of she'll be left stranded in aguna for the rest of her life. Therefore, because the man seeing he's dying, okay, Rashi says, Kagon zeshem sukan lomus. The guy's in the pit for the achshav imosai shemakirim zeu shapir shmo. We're not sure if this is the same person. Habori shabakisu get lishter. A healthy person says, write a get for my wife. He said, write. He didn't say give. Right? This is not the case being a person going to be executed. Right. So over here he should have said, write and give. So why did he say give? He just said, write. So you know something? We don't trust him. He's playing with her. He wants him to believe that he's going to divorce her, but he's playing with her. He didn't say kisu v'tenu. He went to the roof and he fell to his death. So the question is, maybe when he said that case, what did he mean when he said right? Because he knew he was going to commit suicide. He may have committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
So the Omer Shmuel, if he chose to jump, he committed suicide. And let's say he wrote the get and gave it, so that reveals us what was his intent when he said right. He meant give. Because he didn't want his wife to fall to evil. But let's say he was blown off the roof by the wind.
Different.
Get. Because then we have no indicator. He's just playing with her. He never thought he was going to die. Seems to be the story that we're bringing contradicts the beginning. It says a healthy person doesn't say tenu. We say he's playing with her. Then all of a sudden we go and make a differentiation. So the story we tell over contradicts the open statement. Because actually he didn't say tenu. There's something which was deleted from the Mishnah. This is the way you have to read the Mishnah. If a later event revealed what the original intent was, get. It is a get. If there's no indication, we don't even pay attention to him. But if the later event reveals something about the beginning, then we investigate. Get. There was an incident. He didn't say tenu. He went up to the rooftop. And he fell to his death. If he chose to jump himself, get, because that tells us retroactively when he said right, he meant right and give. But he was blown off by the wind. Ain't no get. It's not a get. Okay? Good. So Tosh said before about you have to spend, maybe it's a shade, all this. He said that's only if it's out in the country. If it be in a city, let's say it's dark in the city, and somebody says, go write a get for my wife, write and give, we don't suspect in a popular location that it's a shade. Okay? Ahu gavra de'ol le'mei kinishto. You hear this? Person comes to a base medrash, to a base knesses. Ashkach mikri yunuka ubrei. He finds a person who teaches children, reading lessons, mikri yunuka, a cheder rebbe, his son, the Yasvi, the city, the Yosef, Inish Achrino Gavai. And so the three people. Here, the three people. There's the Cheder Rebbe, his son, and the third party. Omaluhu, and he says to them, Beitre minaychu nichlu gitel levisu. I want two of you to write a get for my wife. So the question says, you two of you. Did he mean the two other than his son, or did he mean including his son? L'sof shochav mikri yenuka. At the end, the Cheder Rebbe died. So if he dies, he's not available to write the get anymore.
Right.
Because so if he never meant the son originally, so there's only one left, so you can't write the get. But if he meant the son originally, so the get still could be written, right? Because the son originally we said two, we meant including the son. So that's the shayla. What's the shayla? Mimashvi inish brosh licha b'mokom abo. Does a father, does he establish son as a shliach to write the get, even for the father? Because a father's not going to ask his son to write a get for his wife, right? Oh no, he will. That's the shayla. Did he mean his son? Did he not mean his son? Rav Nachman Omar lo mashu inish brosh shlicha b'mokom abo. Rav Nachman says a father does not appoint the son to be a shliach on behalf of the father. Rav Papi Omar mashu inish shlicha b'mokom abo. They do. So how do we rule? Do we rule like Rav Papi or do we rule like Rav Nachman? So therefore, even though the Cheder Rebbe died, the son is eligible to be one of the people to write and to sign the get. Okay, that's the conclusion. Omal l'shnayim, to do get lishti. Somebody says two people, give the get to my wife. Oli shlosha, or three. Kids will get utnu lishti. He says three. He says the three, write the get and give it to my wife. Now, so over here, Rashi says three is a bezdin. So if it's bezdin, he could have meant, I want you to oversee. You should choose two people to write the get, to sign, right? But he said to three kisvu. So that means he's not addressing them as a bezdin. You should be the ones to actually write it. You should be the ones. This is Rashi, Kaparashi. Shlosha kisvu tenu get lishti alpi shem ru'in leos bezdin, even though they're qualified to establish as a court. Kevin the beheja omadu kisvu, since he said explicitly, I want you to write it. Lo bezdin shavinu el eidim. The three that he's speaking to them are eidim, right? Harei elu yichtu v'yitnu. Omar shloshet ulu get lishti. He said tnu. Harei elu yomru. So he didn't say to them kisvu. You just give it, meaning you should oversee the giving. Harei elu yomru la'acherim v'yichtu. He could give it. They delegated to others that they should write the get, and they should ason bezdin divrei meir, because he established the court. The court oversees, takes care of these issues.
And they delegate to
No, which means he invested with the power to choose the one to write and to sign. Wait a second. This is halacha, which he brought from prison, because Rabbi Akiva was taken captive before he was killed. And he said, from when he came from the prison, in the name of Rabbi Akiva, because Rameh was a Talmud Rabbi Akiva, and he said, Mekubal ani bo'omid l'shlosh tenu get li'ishti tenu she'omer la'acherim v'yichtavu mibnei shosim bezdin. Since he didn't say to them kisvu, he just says tenu, means they should oversee the whole process. Omer Rabbi Yossi nominu l'shliach. Rabbi Yossi says we've said nominu. Rashi says amarnu l'shliach. L'chanina, I mean, we said to Reb Chanina, who's the one who said he came from prison from Rabbi Akiva to say over halacha, nominu l'shliach af enu mekubolim, af onu mekubolim. Shafilu bezna goru shemishlan. He says we have a Masorah that even if he said to the Sanhedrin Gedol in Yerushalayim tenu get liishti, he meant that they should be not to oversee the get, they should be the ones actually to write the get and sign on it. Sheyilmedu, if they don't know how to write it, sheyilmedu v'yichtavu v'yitnu. They should learn all the laws pertaining to a get, and they should actually write the get. Not that they should oversee the giving of the get. Omar Lasora, what about he said to 10 people? Kisvu tenu get lishti. He says to 10, write and give the get to my wife. So did they all have to sign it? Or does one have to write it and the other 9 sign? Echad kosev u'shneim chosmin.
Oh, there it is.
Wait, because he didn't say. He said, I want all of you. He said, 10 people, he said, I want you to write and give a get to my wife. So therefore, you only have to have 2 of them. One writes, two of them sign. What about he says, Kulchem Ksuvu? He says, I want all of you to write the get. Echad Kosei, so one writes in the Kula Chosman, and they will sign. The Fichach in Mes Echelmen, so if one should die, and he's not able to sign, Hareze get Botel, the get cannot be. It's like we had the story with the Mikri Dariki, the Cheder Rebbe, he died. Okay?
In all these cases, they have to write the get, even if he dies before they give it to him.
Now, if he dies before you give it, it's over. It's nothing. You can't get lachamisa. You can't give a get after the person dies.
But they can't have her. She doesn't.
No, if it's the shlich leholocha. This is they're representing the husband. This has nothing to do with the woman. Okay. First, let's see the Gemara. No, a get is not a benefit. A get is a detriment. Still a detriment. Still a detriment. But over here, they didn't write it yet. He asked me if they didn't even write it. Firstly, he didn't say they should be the shluchim to deliver it.
Right.
No, he said yichtavu yidu. He said write it and give it.
Why would it's not a benefit? Before he dies, why would he want to get?
Because he doesn't want it to fall to you.
That is
Not simple. Okay. Rabbi Yiri Barabo. Rabbi Yiri Barabo says, Shochu lei mi bei Rab. They sent from the basis of Rab to Shmuel, Shaila to Shmuel. Yilamdeinu Rabbeinu. Hear this. Shaila. Yilamdeinu Rabbeinu. Omer l'shnaim kisvu tnu get lishti. He said to two, write and give a get to my wife. Hear this? Again. He said to two, write and give a get to my wife. V'omru l'sofer. And they subsequently went, and they said to a scribe, V'kosa v'chosmu. The scribe wrote it, and they signed. V'chosmu heim. Because he said that I want you to write it, and you should give it.
Right.
They weren't able to write, so they went to a sofer, he wrote it. V'chosmu heim mau. What's the shayla? We'll see in a moment what the shayla is. Shochalu Tetzaveh v'atov v'tzorach Talmud. He says, no, if she married another man, she has to leave the other man. Tetzaveh. Rega. Well, we'll see. It's a question. We'll see. The Gemara explained it. What is he? Mili mitzvah l'shliach. Leima ena dova ze borlor und zwichenon lilmod min agdol men in kosher olo. Yeah, shalach lo tetzaveh. And this is beget zeh tetzaveh misofik. This is safkoloni kosher lo. That's the law. She has to go out. If she went and married somebody where they themselves did not write the get, if she married, the husband has to separate from her. But factually, because Hadar Tzorch Talmud, it has to be, it needs more analysis, needs more delving. Maya Davar Tzorch Talmud. What does it mean? What was the issue? What's the suffix? He said kisvu. He told him kisvu v'chisvu. He says Matzor Hadavar Tzorch Talmud. Ilay mishum dahavlei mili. Since it was always delegation of words, I want you to point. So always shlichus we deal with something concrete.
Right.
But here it was what? To write the get. So you cannot delegate. That's called mili. U'mesavkli mili memser l'shliach. If it's words, is that delegatable? Olo memser l'shliach. I've Shmuel, I'm a Rebbe. Shmuel had said in the name of Rebbe, Halocho Reb Yostam, mili lo memser l'shliach. So that could have been the shayla. We ruled that words cannot be delegated. Mili lo memser l'shliach. El Shmuel kami boile. Shmuel had the shayla. Hai ksuvu. Iksav Yodon. One second. Elo l'shmuel hoki komi boile. Hai ksuvu iksav Yodon. Iksav aget. One second. Meaning, what did he mean? Did he mean that they should put their signatures on it? What is it, kisvu? When he says ksuv, what does ksuv mean? They should write the get, or they should even sign on the get. Yeah? Does it mean that their signatures have to be on the document? Iksav get. No, they just have to write the text of the get. But witnesses, you get other witnesses. You're able to resolve it from the Mishnah. Persons to get liishti. O lishlosh or 3 kis who get utenu. The array lu yichtav yidnu. Right? It says they could write it. But we see it's not mili. It's an explicit Mishnah. Higufo kobi boile. Ksuvu ksav yodon. Who says that's the shaila? What does that mean, ksuvu? Does it mean they should write the text of the get? O ksava get who? Pshita. So where's pshita? Ksava get who? The ktoni. It means the sign. The ktoni sefer. How do we know that? The ktoni sefer. Omer Rabbi Yossi. Numeinu l'shliach. Rashi says, what's numeinu? Amarnu, we said to the shliach, which was Rabbi Chanina. Yeah. Numeinu l'shliach afon mekubolin. Shafil bez omer bez nagodlu shebishlayim to do get liishti shiyumedu v'yichtavu. They have to learn. V'yitnu lo. If it's speaking about the actual text of the get, the information, it's good. That he wants them to put the signatures down. Is it possible what? They don't know. They don't know how to sign their signatures, their names. Second. Goes in. Iko beidino charto. It's a new bezdin. El iyamrit ksavi odonu. Iko beidino lo yadi michtam chasim shidayu. Ein. Iko beidino charto. It's a new court. Is for Ireland. Hai ksuvu ksavi odonu. If ksuvu means we want your signature, Yehu hoksava get kosher. Yeah. Israel like Shuvu Ksav Yodnu, Hokos Ksav Gekosher, Goma Shmuel, Omer Rebbe, Halok Rabbi Yossi, Doma Milu, Lumisur L'Shliach. So how do we Amri, Israel the Ksuvu, if Ksuv be Ksav Yodnu, Ksav Kosav Ksav Get Nase Kome Imru. Yeah, there's a difference. If I say you should write it, you can't delegate it. Because what are you? If something, I give you an object, you could take that object, make a Shliach, to further deliver the object. But over here, I gave you a verbal order.
Right.
So you'd be the shliach. Now you want to pass it on. You can't pass it on. That's called bilu mitzvah shliach. What about I say to you, Howard, appoint two shluchim? That is the agency.
Right.
Here the agency was you write it.
Right.
Now I want to go and say, pass it on, you write instead of me. That's mili. That you can't do. So that's what it says. Rabbi Yossi, although he holds milim shliach, if you're appointed the agent to write, you can't tell the third party to write. But what about if the person would say, Imru, you tell so and so two people to write, okay? Mod Rabbi Yossi, so he says, Savyodu nasikome Imru, or Mod Rabbi Yossi Imru. Rabbi Yossi concurs when you say Imru, that's not called mili, because that is the agency. The agency is find two people to sign. Where do we find Rabbi Yossi concurs that if he says a point, that's a valid shlichus. Well, tenad ksav sofer v'yei kosher. Yeah. Okay, I think we'll leave it right here.